In this video, I'm going to take you step by step through how to use the marketing planner that I give away in my Marketing and Sales Hub for free. So hold on tight and I will show you step by step how to use it. Hi, I'm Sam Nordberg. Welcome to Weekly Mini Training, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to use my free marketing planner. Now, as I mentioned in the last video, this month is the month of gifts. It's my birthday month and I'm trying to avoid the fact I'm turning old, or older than I was, I guess, and so I've decided to show you guys what gifts I have for you instead. And it's a really great way for me to show you the kind of stuff we have available for free for you and teach you how to use it. So today we are looking at the marketing planner. Now, hold on tight, this is a big one. If you haven't done so already, hit pause, go get yourself a tea or coffee because there's a lot of stuff here I want to take you through. I'm going to try not to make it too long. The marketing planner is almost a traditional style marketing plan. It takes you through some of the basics of your business. Now, the reason I get you to do this, or the reason that I give this to you guys, is because course creation isn't all about course creation. I know some people with some incredible courses, some stuff that you never thought you could learn, some stuff that I just had never had any concept about, some stuff that they're really passionate about, but they don't know how to market it and they don't know how to sell it. And that's a big problem, because if you've got no one buying your course, then that was a whole heap of hassle and a whole heap of effort you went to for not a lot of results. Marketing is a really key component of selling your course. Funnily enough, people need to know that it's there to be able to buy it. So I give you guys this marketing planner because I want you to think about some of these concepts. It's really important as part of your course development that you're thinking about who you're building it for. So I'm going to take you through some of these basics. You don't have to do them all in this order, of course, so you can skip around. Again, I like to print things and handwrite in them, so I've printed the document to show you, but you don't have to do it that way if you don't want to. So, to start with, in the marketing planner, there's a section for your business overview. This is the traditional style business overview. It asks you about your business name, your contact details, your products and services. This might seem kind of silly because maybe you know this stuff already, but it's worth breaking this stuff down because it's a good reminder. It's a good reminder that you're in this. Like, this is a business model. This is something that you're doing that's substantial. It's not a hobby. It's not just this thing you do online in the evening or the daytime. Like, this is a business, and I want you to start treating it like one. Next then is your target market overview. Now, if you haven't thought about this already, and I'm sure you have because people talk about this all the time, it's really important that you know who you're selling to. Now, that's the person, and I want you to get to know the person. I always think it's best, if you're writing any course, to build content with a singular person in mind. Build it as if you're going to help Bob or Terry or Joe fix that problem, because if you write content that's going to fix Bob's problem, then it's going to be useful for him and for other people like him, or for Joe and other people like her. So it's the same when you're doing your marketing. Really work out who it is you're talking to. How old are they? Where do they live? Does that even matter? You know, are they a dog person or a cat person? That might matter. You know, are they a wine drinker or are they a tea drinker? Again, that might matter. Maybe it's really important for you when you're connecting with your audience, the kind of lifestyle that they have. So I want you to write down as much as you can about your target market in this box here. Just drop everything in the process. Okay, after that, you can think about your market position. Now, this again is something that people don't necessarily think about, but it's worthwhile thinking about. So when you're thinking about your products or services, in this case, your course, I want you to think about whether they're at the low end of the market or the high end of the market. So are you coming in at the $9 sales end, or are you coming in at the $9,000 sales end? There's a reason that you need to think about this, and it's because before you put together your marketing, before you go and you put together your Facebook ads or your webinar or whatever it is you want to do, you need to know the kind of thing you're trying to sell. And there's a big difference between selling a $9 low-end product and a $9,000 high-end product in the kind of stuff you give people. Not just the length of the content or the kind of ads you're running or the kind of sales spiel you use, but even as simple as things as like the branding that you use. There's a big difference between the branding and the feel for a $9 product as there is for a $9,000 product. And if you haven't thought about that before you get started, you're going to find there's an incongruency, which is that your marketing doesn't line up with your end product and your audience doesn't feel like they get the thing that they thought they were getting. If you've got $9,000 marketing and a $9 product, you're going to have clients who are disappointed. And if you've got $9 marketing and a $9,000 product, you're going to get people who get to the sales page and just weren't expecting that concept, or get in the call with you and really weren't prepared for it. What you're going to do is have a lot more no's or a lot more people turning you down than you really needed to have, just because your marketing and your product didn't line up. So you need to work out, are you low end, are you high end, are you somewhere in the middle? What are you trying to do here? Then there's this bit at the bottom here for client relationship. Now, again, this is something people don't normally think about. And in terms of client relationship, I'm talking about how long are people clients with you for. So if you're selling a product like a soap, is it that they buy the product once off, or do people likely come back and buy 2 or 3 soaps? Or is it that when they find your soap, it's the most amazing thing they've ever bought and they become a client for life, and your clients are like 12, 13-year clients? You might not know this. If you don't have a lot of clients, it's a little hard to do, but really think about the relationship you have with your current clients. How long do they stay with you for? Now, you need to look at some of the data here, or you need to be realistic here. It's not just about going, oh, all my clients love me, they stay with me forever, because the truth is they don't. Very few people stay around forever. So it's not about that, but it's about realistically looking at the kind of client relationship you have. The reason that you want to look at that when it comes to your marketing is because then you can build marketing that suits that kind of audience. You can speak to the right people. You can build a relationship during the marketing phase that allows you to have that long-term relationship as a client. It doesn't matter if you're selling soap or a course or a consulting or whatever. The client relationship is just as important when you're selling anything to anyone, and it's something you need to think about before you're marketing. So, next thing along then, we talk about competitive research. The truth is, in most cases, you are not the only person doing this in your industry. Now, like I said, with soap, there are plenty of people selling soap. Maybe you're selling organic essential oil soap. The truth is, there are still just as many people out there, again, now doing that sort of thing. Maybe you're selling it to a specific audience. Well, that's okay, but there are probably still other people doing that thing. This isn't a problem. This doesn't mean you can't do it, but it does mean that you need to just go and have a look at what other people are doing. I don't tell you this because I want you to copy them by any means. I tell you this because I just want you to be aware. I want you to really think about their strengths and weaknesses in their marketing and in their web pages and those sorts of things, and analytically look at what they're doing. This isn't about emotion. This isn't about jealousy. This isn't about you versus them. It's not about any of that. It's just about going and having a look at what's out there so you can get a really accurate look at the marketplace. Now, go and find some of your competitors. Have a look at their strengths and weaknesses and really start to think about what it is they're doing. At the bottom of the page, then it asks you to think about your business based on that. So now that you've seen some of their strengths and weaknesses, have an accurate reflection of yourself. The reason that I get you guys to do this is because, again, it's very hard to look in and be honest and to honestly reflect on what it is that you do well and you don't do well, and where your position is in the market. And it's so important when it comes to giving out the right sort of information that you find where that spot is. And if you try and become something you're not, it's just going to become a mess. And if you try and become someone else, it's just going to become you just have to do you, but you need to find where you is, otherwise you're going to really struggle to do it. Now, we start to talk a little bit about marketing strategy. So over the next page, there's just an opportunity for you to think about your strategies. Now, this could be things like webinar, Facebook ads, all the different things you want to do, the actions you need to take to do that, and the dates you need to take to do that. This one is much more of a planner. You might not want to use this one straight away. You might want that one later. But those strategies, dates, and action pieces are really important. So, next, you need to test and you need to measure. Again, you know what? I feel like I've said this is really important. The reason that I put this stuff in the marketing planner for you guys is because I think it's all important, obviously. Testing and measuring is about making sure that you know what's working and you know what's not. It's about looking at your advertising or your webinars. It's about looking at your conversion rates. It's about looking at your split testing, and it's about working out what works for you. The reason that I give you a testing and measuring form in your marketing planner is because it is vital that you work out what's working, because if you don't know, you're going to end up throwing a whole heap of money at something that's just not giving you results. If you've got a sales page or a landing page that's converting at 0.001%, when you've tested it, then there's no point throwing thousands and thousands of dollars at it because it's not going to give you the results you want. But if you don't track that, if you don't test it and look at how much it cost you and look at how many conversions you got and then look at what that is per conversion, if you don't look at that stuff, you will never know. And if you never know, you're going to end up just going around in circles just because you don't know. So test and measure. All right, last 2 pages, and I'm going to give you this real quick. I give you a page for marketing budgets and then your costs and targets and things. Because, let's be honest here, things cost money and not all businesses have money. And what I want you to do is think about how much you can put up front to start with, how much you're willing to invest in this, what kind of results you want for that investment, and then the ability to move forward. Don't avoid the subject. Think about it in advance. Money is just a tool that you're going to be using for this, but you need to know what it is and what it isn't. Last page then is for you to set some really clear goals. So there's the goal you want, the descriptor, and then by when. Now that goal might be a certain number of new clients, it might be a certain number of new leads, it might be a certain number of people buying into your course, it could be whatever you want, but you need to write down those goals so that when you're starting to go back and do those marketing strategies, things like run a webinar, you know that your goal is 100 new clients, so you can choose the strategies that are going to help you build towards those new clients. Otherwise, again, you're going to go round and round in circles. That's it for Marketing Planner. I told you it was a big one. This is one of my longer videos. So what I want you to do, if you haven't got your version of Marketing Planner, I'll leave a link down in the comments below for you to go and grab it. It's free on our Marketing and Sales Hub. You just go and stick in your email address. I'll forward you the stuff. You can have a go through it too. Really start to think about treating your business like a business, marketing it like a business, putting a plan in place. I'm a good old pen and paper girl. I like to print it out. You might not. You can just do it online, but you need to think about this stuff in advance. So I really hope you enjoyed that video on marketing or your marketing planner. Like I said, it was a bit bigger and a bit beefier. There was a whole heap of stuff in there for you guys, but I wanted to make sure that you really understood the importance of the document, how to use it, and what was going on each page. If you haven't done so already, go and grab your marketing planner. Other than that, best thing for you to do is to hit subscribe. All the videos come out weekly. Weekly mini training will be here. There are hundreds of videos for you to go and have a look at as well. But by subscribing, you get videos first before anyone else. So make sure you hit that button for me. And as I said, as always, I will see you in the next video.